Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You are most welcome to Noble Family Research Center. The last aspect on NOFREC Basic School Manager, Tutorial 10. Tutorial 10 on NOFREC Basic School Manager. How to reuse the program after academic term. How to reuse the program after academic term. And you said that no part of the program may be reproduced or transmitted in any form without our permission. You may reach us on our mobile number 054 968 5090 or 024 450 4294 or email us at celiaottoman@gmail.com. Over 54 Brekum, Puno region. We open our main folder, which is the NOFREC SMS demo. Then we use the master workbook. Click on it. In this tutorial, from tutorial 1 up to tutorial 9, 3 aspects shall be used for this tutorial. 3 main aspects will be considered in this tutorial. And as said earlier on, before we change the date, the year, and the month, the term or semester, when we are migrating the program from one term or semester to the other, or from an academic year to the other, the first thing to be done is to print out the financial sheets. In this case, the debt sheets. We were using the credit class, assuming in third term, this is what transpired. And these two people, Muhammad Harun and Lawantin Vincent, have some balance to pay to us as total arrears in next term, and that will be next academic year. Okay, so we will print this form out. That's the class debt sheets. For all the classes should be printed out. And before we change the date here, before we change the month, the day, the academic year, the term, and the semester, the most important thing to do is to print out all the class debt sheets and also visit our income and expenditure workbook. Some values will appear here as the balance carried down. As per design, that value should appear here. But human error occurred when the macro was written on the form. So that will be rectified. Schools that will have the copy of the program will have their balance carried down well seated in this orange or golden sheet, a golden place. It shouldn't be a problem. It has been notified, and it will be ratified in the actual program that will be given to schools. They will have their balance here. So we move on to our financial summary sheet. We have entered some values. We are assuming that this is what transpired in the whole year. In January, we had a total of 5,450 cedis as income, and we spent 570 cedis had our balance. In February, we had this and we had that through up to the last one, and we have total income to the school 21,950 cedis, comprising the monies coming from other sources like daily fee payment, daily feeding fee, transport fee, others, and whatever. Then we also considered liabilities, money that we borrow from bank, friends, and loans taken from banks and the rest. They were all included to sum up to this total. Then all the expenses that were incurred, the loan repayment and whatever, they have also been accumulated, and we had our total expense here. And when we subtracted the total expense that had been accrued in the whole year from the total money realized in the school, we had a positive balance of 6,780 cedis. This value, before we change the year on the master sheet, we have to quote this value here. And if had not been the problem that occurred when the macros was written, this actual value will also be reflected on the form. It will be here, and that will be easier for us to identify how financially sound the school is whenever we want to have access to a financial stand. When you come here, it will be there. Without going to the summary sheet, you have your balance well stapled here. Now we are moving on to our aspect here. So before we change before we change the year, we have to quote this value here at this place. So that will be 6,780 Ghana cedis. When we enter, it will give us something here. Don't worry about that. When we change the year, all this information will run away. They will leave this sheet, leaving this amount alone. And that will be a new sheet for the year of 2022. So when the year changes to 2022 on the master sheet, the whole of this information will vanish from this sheet, leaving only this amount. Okay, so we move on to and when the changes are done on the master sheet here, when the year is changed, all the information on the various class sheets, the register, the bills, the payments, assessments, on the reports, they all vanish, leaving the student's name, their IDs, and the remarks will not change unless you manually delete them. They will not run away. So as per time, we shall not go into details all the aspects, but we are just going to consider the three major aspects that are needed to be considered. And we said that we have to, the next thing to do, now we have been able to quote our balance carried down as balance brought forward, and we have our balance brought forward here. Then we can change the year on the master worksheet. And we have also said that we printed out our the debt sheet as indicated at the earlier time is printable. You can print it out and keep them. So these values will be used as total arrears in the next academic year when we are filling their bills. That will be used as total arrears for all the classes. Then the next thing to consider is the migration of classes on the admission register. We open the admission register and we are going to manually change the classes to the promoted class. Assuming we had a basic 10 that graduated, the just completed class in the school, because we consider basic 10 in this studies, we are going to use them as the final year school, final year class. So in this case, we shall change the basic 10 to completed. Then we enter the year of completion as remarks for them. So to do that, you migrate basic 10 to completed class. So we select here, select all to deselect them, then we take basic 10, we click here, then we change 1 to completed, then you copy it, use the shift plus down arrow to spread through, then you press Ctrl V. Yes, we've gotten our class completed now. So when you copy one, then you come to the next one, use the shift and down arrow, move downwards to cover all, press Ctrl V, and you are there. Then we enter 2021, that is the year of completion. We copy that one to Ctrl C to copy, come to the next cell, shift plus down arrow through to the last one, and you press Ctrl V to paste. Now we've changed our class to completed, and we have also gotten the year of completion. So anytime a class completes, that's how it will be. The complete class will change to completed, and the year of completion will be the remarks. So if you want to know the actual students who completed in the particular year, come here, then you select the year. So when you select the year and click OK, you have the number of students who completed in the school for that particular year. Let's see, select all. What is it? So that is our 2021. So when we add some, we shall have the years being listed here. So anytime you click on the year and you select the class completed, then you click OK, you have the list of students in the class. Okay, and that's all. Then we come to the next class, which is Basic 9. Now they have been promoted to Basic 10, assuming they were all promoted. So we are going to change Basic 9 to Basic 10. Basic 10 here. Then we also copy, come to next cell, use the down arrow and the shift to move downwards, spread through, press Ctrl V to have it pasted. We move on, we deselect the Basic 9. It has changed. It has changed to Basic 10. Where is Basic 10? Basic 10 up there, yes. Basic 10. So you come to Basic 8. You click OK. Then the same, you change this to Basic 9. Basic 9. You come back, copy through to the last one, Ctrl V, paste. We take another one, Basic 7. Okay, we change this to Basic 8. Copy it, take through, and we paste. We take another one, Basic 6, and they have been promoted to Basic 7. So we change the Basic 6 to 7, copy and paste as indicated. Click again, go to Basic 5. Okay, change to Basic 6. Basic 6, copy, come down, paste. We change Basic 5 to Basic 6. So Basic, no, it should be, yeah, Basic 4 to Basic 5. basic 5, we copy, you come down with the help of shift and down arrow, and we paste. Take another class, basic 3, okay, you change it to basic 4. This is whereby all the students have been promoted. You can do this in case only one student was not promoted for all, then that particular student change to basic 3. There isn't any problem with that. In order to save time, this is easier than to be doing it one after the other. And basic 2 will also be moving to basic 3. So if we copy our basic 3 here, basic 3, Control C, downwards, the help of shift and down arrow, we paste. Then we come back here, take our basic 1, and they will be migrated to basic 2, and we copy again, Control C, with the help of shift and down arrow, spread through, come down and paste. Then we take another class which is KG2, and there to migrate to basic 1, no, then it's 1. Then we copy, we do the same and paste. We take another class which is KG1, K.G.space1 to KG2. So we copy and do the same here. We copy and do the same here. Then we take our crèche class and we have to migrate the crèche to KG1. KG1. K.G.space1. That's how it's supposed to be written. If you don't write it this way, you won't get the results. That's what we have been using for all the KG1, KG2. K.G.space1. That's how we have named the class. So it should be quoted as such. Okay, then we paste. Now, if you want to have the list of the school again, select the class and select all. Then click OK. Make our A4 active and save. Now we've migrated the entire class, the entire school from crèche to basic 10. We've migrated them. They've been promoted. Those that have completed, we've indicated them as completed class, and those to the next class, we've changed them. And that's how it's done. Now we are assuming the admission is only done at crèche. So we are going to use our form, the entry form, to admit new students into the school. And that's how it's done. Then the last aspect that will also be considered in this training is how to migrate the register of attendance. Now the students who have migrated from crèche to KG1, their names are still in the crèche register. So before then, let's go to the master sheet and change the year and the date and whatever. So we are assuming that next year basic school will open on 18th of January 2022. 18th January 2022, and that will be first term for this, and that will be first semester for this group, the basic 7 to basic 10, and that will be the first week for both. So that will be first week. We do all these changes on the general form. Every week we have to change the week Yes, this is how it's done. And now that we've done this, as said earlier on, information on the income sheet will vanish. Yes, they've gone. No monies are here. But we can have this information back when we change the year on the master sheet to the year or to the previous year or the year of reference. Like this, 2021, we come to the income sheet and the values are still there. But when we change the year on the master sheet to 2022, they will run away. It isn't that they've been deleted. They are still there. Whenever you want to compare or to do any financial analysis, you just click here and change the year to the year of analysis. And then you have the values being listed on the financial summary sheet, and also on the various class monthly fee payment sheets, and also on the various income worksheets too. The values will still also be there. So when we change here, they've gone. When the date is set back to 2021 and we visit the income workbook, the amount will be displayed. Similarly, that of the expense will also behave in this way. So that's how the change of dates can affect the system. So we reset our something to 2022 for next academic year. When you do this, it means that we've migrated the program to the next academic year. And the most important thing to be done, that the third one that we will do, now we've considered how the income and expenditure sheet can be used after academic year by quoting the balance carried down as balance brought forward before changing the year. If not, they will run away. And the same applies to all these sheets. When the dates are set, the monies will come back in respect to the particular year in question. Then, now we are moving on to the registers. So the first thing to do, this class have already completed the basic thing. So we don't need their names in the registers again. We are now going to change them as we did on the admission register by moving the basic 10 to basic 10, basic 8 to basic 9, basic 7 to basic 8, basic 6 to basic 7, basic 5 to basic 6, basic 4 to basic 5, basic 3 to basic 4, basic 2 to basic 3, basic 1 to basic 2, KG2 to basic 1, KG1 to basic KG2, nursery to KG1, and the rest. So when you do this, we shall have our the nursery to KG1, rather not crèche to KG1, rather nursery to KG1. That's how it should have been. So let's go back and do it. It should have been that way. So now we shall take. I'm doing this because we are human beings. We can make such mistakes. So it has occurred to me. The one who gave us the training, he was making mistakes, and he said, if the facilitator is making mistakes, then you. That shows that it's not easy to come out with a software. So we are changing this to nursery. Let's change it to nursery. And that will also cause problem. Okay. Let's maintain this. Maintain it. Come down here and KG class starts from this ends at 2201. and that of nursery. So in order to have this, you have the classes with you so that it will be easier for you. Nursery class, they're changing them to, they start up to 200. The number is up to 200, so that's how we are going to use it. You always have to have the class list with you so that if there's anything you change according to the index and the student ID. KG1. We shall copy here, and do the pasting as we did. Paste. This shows that you don't have a nursery class again. Rather have KG1 class. Select the KG1 class again, and with these students up to 201, yes, we shall change their class to nursery. So this will be nursery. Okay, cool. It isn't easy. 201. Good. Now you've gotten a complete class for nursery. It's just that we are going to admit new students as into crèche with the forms. Yeah, we are done. So we are coming to do some work here. We don't need the list of students in the basic 10 anymore. They've completed. We rather need that of basic 9 students as basic 10 students. So we shall come here with the help of shift plus down arrow. We move on, come select the student ID to the last one and press delete. Delete the student ID of basic 10. That's it. Just they just completed the class that has completed. Then we move on to the next class, which is basic 9. We take basic 9 class. We are using these two classes, only these two classes for migration. The battery is slow, that's why the system is too slow. Then we come here, we copy, select all the student ID here, copy, Ctrl C, move to the next class, that's basic 10 class. Locate the first cell of this under the student ID, press Ctrl V, and we have pasted our new list here. Go back to basic 9 sheet and press delete. Now they are gone. We do the same to migrate the other classes. Basic 7, basic 8 to basic 9, basic 7 to basic 8, and in that order. And that brings us to the end of our entire tutorial on how to use the NOFREC Basic School Manager. Thank you all for your time. And before we leave, we said that schools should be allowed to use this program only when they are authorized. Schools must be authorized before they can use this program. So only authorized schools have the right to use this program. However, this permission excludes the right to A. Claim the intellectual property right of the program. 2. Or B. Reproduce copies to a third party or an unauthorized person or school. C. Edit the structure of the program or worksheets. When NOFREC notices any of this, NOFREC has the right to revoke this permission in written if any of these exclusions is observed by the school, including legal actions. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much for your patronage. See you. Come for your copies and make your school and make your school one of the best schools in Ghana, and also be able to manage and monitor how the school activities are being controlled, how they are done, and also in all get